Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Legacy Farmer, the podcast. This is your host, Jace D. Young, and today's topic of discussion is this year versus next year. So I was meeting with one of our customers, and some of you guys have heard me say on other podcasts that we actually we tested out doing accounting services for our customers back in 2021, because in 2019, when I started Legacy Farmer in January, just as we continue to work with people, there's just so many problems exposed. One, from knowing what the bank is looking at and having their numbers organized and being able to present them to the bank in a way to where it answers all the bank's questions and it makes that process a lot easier. But then what also was exposed was the lack of service that our customers were getting on the accounting and bookkeeping side of things. So in 2021, we actually tested it, and we hired our first bookkeeper to come in and start doing that for our customers. And since then, that team has grown to 5 different people, and we have a ton of customers now. And now we've officially separated out those 2 businesses, where we have Legacy Farmer on one side, and then we have what we call an ag accounting services on the other side. So you may be seeing some ads and stuff on Facebook from us over there. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about today was I was meeting with one of our customers that's actually utilizing both services, and I was meeting with him to answer some critical questions that he had over just some big financial decisions that he needed to make. And he needed to know, hey, if I do this, how's it going to impact my numbers? How's it going to change my relationship with the bank? What are some key things that I need to be looking for? And the big question, can I afford to do this, right? And so what's beneficial, guys, in the way that we built the Legacy Farmer software is it's exactly designed for this type of scenario, so that you know and have the confidence in the decisions that you're making, versus what this customer was doing prior to this was just winging it, right? And this is what 99% of farmers or ranchers are doing in this country. They are just winging it with every freaking financial decision and then hoping and praying that it works out. But guys, I mean, you've heard me on podcasts before. I've beat this one with the drum. There's no strategy in hope. Right? Hope is not a strategy. You are not going to win long term if you do not know the numbers. And so I met with this customer just to walk through these things, and I explained to him exactly how this impacts his balance sheet, any key ratios, how the bank could respond to it, but then ultimately, can I afford this, right? And making sure and really confirming that decision with him. And then we were talking through second, third, and fourth order consequences that could come up from making this decision, or some positive things as well, right? So think about that. Think about the way you make financial decisions now, which most of you are probably just winging it, and just be honest with it. You're just winging it for the most part, versus being able to work through and really think through for every angle of this decision, how it impacts you as a business owner and your cash flow and making all your payments, how it impacts the bank's position with you and how they look at your operation, and then also how it impacts the accountant's viewpoint, right? And from a tax planning perspective and taxes and income perspective and things like that. So we got to make sure we have those tools in place, whether you get them here in Legacy Farmer or get them somewhere else. Get those tools in place, guys. So as a business owner, you have some confidence in your decision making, versus just, again, shooting from the hip and hoping and praying that it works out. Now, one thing that this customer did share with me was just how impressed he was and happy he was with the accounting team. And he joined our accounting team about 4 months ago, and he had a little bit of sticker shock right off the bat, because his operation has gotten so big that his current accountant just couldn't handle it anymore. So he applied to work with our accounting team, and our bid actually came in at double what he was paying at the other place. And I'm just being transparent with you guys. But what he said to me on this, he goes, I already know for a fact that the investment here is going to be a 5x return, because now I have numbers that are available to me this year versus next year. Now that's a big thing there, because he has never been able to plan when it comes to end of the year tax planning and stuff like that. With our customers on the ag accounting services side right now, like we're starting tax planning here going in, like starting in Q3. And starting to meet with all those customers and go through tax planning scenarios. We're taking all their numbers, we're plugging it into the tax software and figuring out what their tax liability is going to be. And we do that every single month, so that at the end of the year, when we first start, right, it's pretty broad, right? We still have a lot of the year left. But as we continue to meet, we are able to get closer and closer to that exact tax liability we want to be at. And because of this, we're able to take advantage of maybe it's different discounts or buying things and prepaids or whatever. We're just able to plan a lot more, guys. And I'm going to tell you with 100% confidence and certainty, because it's helped me as a business owner too. It allows me to save tens of thousands of dollars in taxes when I know what the freaking numbers are. And what he was talking about, being able to plan this year versus next year, because he actually has the numbers available to him right now that give him the ability to plan this year, versus with his old accountant, he was not getting the numbers until December. Well, December is basically already next year. You do not have time to plan. All the months that you should have been planning were in September, October, and November. December should have been your free month. You should have already known. You should have already done 99% of your planning before then. And so that was a huge thing that he said on the call that it really stuck out to me, because it just kind of proved the point on the way he was thinking about this and how excited he was about this. And when he says, I know that I'm going to get 5x the return on my investment working with you guys, because now he has the ability to make those decisions and plan way ahead of time versus being reactive. We call it proactive tax planning, because you're doing it way before the year's over. You're proactive. Your numbers are updated. They're current. They're giving you the information you need today, not 6 months from now. You know what I mean? And so versus being reactive, yeah, you don't get your numbers from your accountant back until September 15th. But the reality is, I know if I know for a majority of farmers and ranchers, if they even have their numbers back in December, it's a win. Most of them, they're not even taking in any of their numbers to their accountant until December 15th and saying, hey, I need to know what I need to pay in prepaids before the end of the year so I don't have to pay any taxes. Well, you're setting your accountant up for failure there. And the reality is, you are reactively tax planning there, and you are going to get into next year and you'll be trying to backdate checks to do your tax planning then. Guys, that is not tax planning. That's like tax recovery or tax failing. I mean, that's it. That's exactly what it is. So guys, everything we're doing across Legacy Farmer and Ag Accounting Services is really in line with what this customer said, getting them access to the numbers that they need today, right? Not some point in the future, right? Because when we don't have the numbers organized and structured in a way, we don't have the right people on our team in place. And I'm talking about your accounting team or business advisor team, whatever it may be. Yeah, you're going to be behind the 8 ball when it comes to making accurate decisions and ultimately being confident in them. And just being on top of things, guys, and being able to make sound business decisions and just be, again, confident in your decisions. And that's a big thing. That's a big thing. And the bigger your operation gets, the more important this becomes. When you're small and you're just starting out, yeah, you can get by with, being careless with this stuff and everything. But guys, when you start working with $1 million, $2 million, $5 million in revenue going through your operation, these numbers add up really quick, and you got to be on top of these things. So I just wanted to share that with you today. Again, guys, whether you look into Legacy Farmer and Ag Accounting Services, if you want to, great. But if you don't, get on top of this. Do the information yourself, or do the research and everything yourself, and find the information that you need, or go speak to your local accountant. Get this stuff lined up so that you can be on top of your numbers and make sound business decisions. So my friends, that concludes today's episode. Hope you found it valuable, and we will catch you on the next one. What's up, everyone? My name is Jace Young. I'm the founder of a company called Legacy Farmer, and inside of that company, what we do is we've helped over 300 family farms simplify and streamline the entire financial side of their operation and help them learn their numbers at a deep, deep level so that they can implement the systems and the processes to make sure that their operation lives on for generations into the future.